Hey, hey, YouTube family. How you doing? This is Rhonda with Rhonda Loves Life. Love you guys, and thanks for joining me. I've got my hot tea ready to roll. We've got a lot to talk about today, and I had to put together a list because I do not want to miss anything. So, we've got JLo is coming out with a Heartbreak album. We're going to discuss that. Jennifer Garner, she has been at Ben Affleck's house every day, according to the celebrity Mags, keeping an eye on him, and she's put together a mercy squad because they are afraid, Jennifer Garner and them, they don't want Ben Affleck to relapse with all of the pressures with dealing with JLo, who is Queen Toxic, okay? And she's stalking that man. She's not letting him go. And he, it is what it is. We're going to get into that. We will also discuss Prince Harry. He's been spotted out without Meghan Markle. So Meghan Markle has been hiding. And that's because I think it's a strategy for Meghan Markle, which I think is smart. Remember, I told you guys, she's trying to pivot, just disappear. So now her team is sending Harry out. And maybe this will work if she plays it smart. But she's basically hiding because remember the Hollywood Reporter article, and it's been shared with the world on America's soil now, not the UK soil, that Meghan Markle is in fact a bully, a royal bully. Okay. And then we're going to talk about Kim Porter's memoir. It's like #1 on Amazon, and it's only like 35 pages. And we know that she unfortunately passed on, however, some guy got his hands on it. So we're going to get into that and then check out some of the excerpts, which are shocking. And then also Michael Jordan's eyes. Have you seen his eyes? Good God, they're like so yellow. So we're going to get into that. Hello, guys. Olivia, hello, welcome. Thank you. Hank, hey, Hank, how you doing? Nice to see you joining us. I hope you guys have something good to drink. You know, I got my ginger tea. Miss X, what is this? Jay Lonnie having the worst? Who's having the worst, Miss X? JLo is having the worst. Yes, JLo is she is willing to come out with an album, guys. Hank, yellow eyes, liver problems. Yes, we're going to get into Michael Jordan, his eyes. And some experts said it's because some African-American eyes. And I'm like, now, I don't know of any African-American, and I'm an African-American. I don't know of any African-American with yellow eyes like that, unless they've got problems. So we're going to get into that. But JLo, let's start with, you know what? I always start with JLo first, JLo and Ben. Today, I want to start with Harry and Meghan. Let's look at Harry and Meghan. Let's talk about them right quick. Oh, hold on. I love this tea. This ginger tea is delicious. Hi, Dallas. Welcome from Miami. I bet it's beautiful in Miami. Oh my God. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start with let me share my screen here, and we're going to start with Harry and Meghan. As you guys know, Meghan Markle was in a crap load of trouble the past few weeks. There's been several articles about her, and basically exposing that she's a bully. Okay, that she is a bona fide bully. She blamed it on the when they were complaining about her in the UK, she said they were racist. Okay, Meghan says that they were racist. Then all of a sudden now in America, what Meghan gonna say now? So Meghan Markle has gone into hiding. Prince Harry has been out and about, and he's got upcoming events. He went to the Kevin Costner. Remember last year, Kevin Costner had that event. Meghan Markle was trying to steal the microphone from the MC, and she was like, she had a death grip on that. She was like, nope, Meghan, you cannot have it. Kevin Costner was mean mugging Meghan because he was like, we are not going to give you the stage. This is not your event, Meghan. This is for charity, not for you. Well, this year, Prince Harry went alone. Yes, he did. And I think they said that he was sick. So let's look at what the media is reporting on this story, which cracks me up. So let's look at this. I hope you guys can see it. If not, let's roll down here. Let me take a look at this. I have to look up on these because, guys, I'm blind. So I have to kind of look. Hold on 1 second and let me get to this screen if I can. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Right here. I think this is it. Yes. Here's why Prince Harry was spotted out at star-studded event without Meghan Markle. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle seem to be leading separate lives lately as news of another function one of them went to alone has come to light. Prince Harry has regularly traveled to and from the UK without Meghan. On one visit to the Invictus Games, Meghan was close to the UK, yet chose to stay away. Citing security concerns, Meghan stayed away from the UK during that visit while she and Prince traveled to Nigeria earlier this year. All right. So I don't think that they're separating. I think that they're changing tactics. I think it's starting when this whole bullying thing came out with Meghan, when the Hollywood Reporter, when they published that explosive article on Meghan Markle being a bully, where they interviewed 12 people and pointed out that she lost 18 employees since 2021. So Meghan knows the jig is up. Remember, I told you guys, she got to make that money. She was doing those phony tours and she just snapped back into her yacht girl days. Remember, she got to dance for that money and she knows it's her only choice. I told you guys, well, she's got a couple of choices. She can keep spinning on that hamster wheel, going nowhere. And she will never have her name. Well, I can never say never because I'm not God. And we know God can work miracles. If Meghan were to surrender to him, we know Meghan ain't surrendered to no God. Her ego and her. Meghan is God. So anyways, Meghan Markle can continue on that hamster wheel, going nowhere, because she could not even make it in Hollywood before she met Harry. Think about it. She was on Suits, remember? She was 7th on the call sheet. So she sold Harry a bunch of lies. Harry thought he was marrying a Hollywood superstar. And he's so dim with it, he couldn't even, it didn't occur to him to say, okay, wait a minute. What are you in? He just figured she's in Suits. So she's loved by Hollywood. Meghan Markle will never, for now, the universe is saying no. There will be no Meghan Markle in the marquee, starring in movies, on red carpets, and everybody's singing her name, and she's winning an Oscar and an Emmy and all that. That's not going to happen. So Meghan's plan did not work. Remember, we talked about this quite a bit. Meghan's plan was to steal the prince, steal the title, steal all the fine china she could fit in her bag, her and her mama. She took all of that, ran to the United States, and with Big O, she was able to seal all those contracts, and it blew up in her face. So none of that's working out. So Meghan noticed she's got to dance for that money, baby. She got to use them yacht girl skills. That's not going to be enough to maintain their lifestyle. It's not. Harry just got about 7 to 8 million from his grandmother because he turned 40. Their security alone is $3 million a year. Their security alone is $3 million a year. So she knows Harry ain't running the numbers. Harry will always be royal and be a prince. Meghan Markle is a royal hillbilly. She got to count them numbers, and she knows she's aging out too. It's hard to be out here to be a 50-year-old yacht girl. It's got to, because she got to compete with them 23-year-olds. Oh, and 18-year-old girls who out there on their yachts and will do anything and everything. All the stuff that Meghan did when she was in her 20s. Right, Meghan? So Meghan knows. Now she really don't want to go back to the UK. So now they're trying to make Harry work. Now Harry is starting to apologize and been begging to come back home. Meghan Markle, they switched tactics. Remember I told you guys that I think Meghan should go mute and then go back and get back behind them palace walls and let nobody ever hear from her again, because then she'll be set for life. The only agreement is she can never come out publicly and say anything. The book out of the question. All of that. She cannot complain. Will Meghan do that? Well, I think this is the compromise. So her team, and I think it's smart, Meghan, after this explosive Hollywood Reporter article came out, basically sharing with the world that this chick is cruel and mean, and she's a bully. Now Meghan is hiding out. She did not go to the Kevin Costner event. She went last year. She pushed Harry is going. So now they're using Harry as the face. But Harry, we don't respect Harry. But I think Harry will probably garner more sympathy than Meghan. Harry is just more likable than Meghan, right? So let's look at this article, because Harry's got a couple of events that are coming up, and it's without Meghan. So they are changing their strategy. They're using Harry as the face of this couple. So in this article, they claim that Meghan has branched out independently recently, traveling solo to a fancy Hamptons entrepreneur weekend to mingle with Gwyneth Paltrow and Reese Witherspoon. Now, this is a bullshit article, because news reports were saying that Gwyneth Paltrow and Reese Witherspoon stayed far away from Meghan Markle. So whoever wrote this article, I scream bullshit on it, because we know that it is, because Gwyneth Paltrow and Reese Witherspoon were together, and it was reported they did not want to go nowhere near Meghan Markle. So this idea that Meghan was hobnobbing with them, that's BS. No, whoever wrote this article is lying. But it's okay. We know, Meghan, we know your people. We know how it works. It's designed to promote you. I get it. So they say here, Prince Harry seems to have made a habit of these solo trips and appearances, but during a recent one, Meghan was supposed to attend. A recent charity event held by Kevin Costner at his home in California saw many A-list stars such as Pink, Kenny Loggins, and Prince Harry in attendance. Meghan called in sick, guys. She called in sick. Yeah. She called in sick, right? Right. Look right here. Prince Harry is slated to travel to New York for several events this upcoming weekend. And Meghan will miss those too. So basically, they are pivoting. That's what they're doing. They know that Prince Harry and I think this is smart of Meghan. Meghan, you're not as likable. Part of being, you got to be grounded in reality in this life. You really do. Otherwise, you'll keep running against a brick wall. You really will. Because Meghan should, at the very least, and she can't, this is probably hard for her, she can't understand why people don't like her. Girl, people don't like you because you are a sociopath and you're not grounded in reality and you are not a nice person. And you exploited that man, Prince Harry. You just wanted his money, his title, his money, and you thought that you would be able to take that and you can go on your own solo. Nope. No, girlfriend. And you're aging out. You can't use them yacht girl skills for long either. Everything is closing in on you. So your only option now, Meghan, is to go mute. That means go mute. I know Meghan Markle thinks she's got this book that she's going to write. And I know that she's been hiding them kids. I know some of you guys believe that they don't exist, but I think they exist. But I do believe that she's holding on to them so that she can monetize them. Meghan's got to give up all of that. Meghan, if you hold on, the only thing you can do now is hold on to Prince Harry. That's your ace in the hole. So you need to hold on him for dear life. Go mute. Don't write any tell-all books, because your tell-all book's not going to sell. All it's going to do, people are going to look at you and frown at you like they do already. So just, apologize to King Charles. Let him see his grandkids. Don't ever go near Will and Kate because they don't want to. They don't want to say shit to you. They don't trust you. So the best thing to do is to stay the hell away from them. Whatever relationship Harry has, once he's able to mend fences, Meghan Markle should want to get behind them palace walls. Because trying to make it out here in the real world, and you got Harry out here looking like a fool, while you going around flirting with Nigerian and Colombian businessmen, it doesn't look good. And you and Nacho, and I told you guys, I believe, in my opinion, looking at Meghan Markle in her yacht girl days, I think that Meghan is a swinger. She will do whatever it takes to get them connections, and she got to sweeten the deal. Look what happened with her and Harry on their anniversary. They had to bring Paramount CEO and his wife. Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? So I know for me, my spidey sense, I'm telling you, because Meghan Markle, she has no other way of making money. She's not a talented actress. She's not a great beauty. She's not walking around here with a body yaddy yaddy. What else? Where are her talents? We know, baby, we know. So she's gonna use that. And did you see the picture of her and Nacho hugged up? And Nacho and his wife promoting Meghan Markle's jelly jam baskets. These couples, and they're part of Hollywood because their options are dwindling. And now that this Hollywood Reporter article came out, basically sharing with the world, not even Big O can help her. But I got my eyes on Big O and Tyler Perry. If they give her producer credits or anything like that on their work, I'm crying foul ball. Not that it makes much of a difference, but I have zero power in Hollywood. But a lot of people of color who have been in the industry for decades and who have worked with a love and opportunity to get a producer or writer's credit on an Oprah production or a Tyler Perry production. So I would find it very difficult to believe that they would give Meghan that kind of help. I find that hard. I don't see that happening. So it looks like their team is pivoting. Now they're trying to push Harry out more. They think we're stupid. Harry, you still got to make amends with your family, and they're not taking you back until you dump Meghan Markle. The only thing Meghan Markle, you can try now. It won't make a difference. You can never go solo. Your mask fell, and we saw that creature. We saw that disgusting creature behind that mask, and we can't unsee it. So you got to go dark, Meghan Markle. You got to go mute, go blend into the wallpaper, go back into the shadows, and disappear a good 5 to 7 years. Then come out. But your goal should be to get back behind them palace walls. Let's take a look at these comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Oh, Dallas. Hello, Rhonda and everyone else. Greetings from Miami. Hi. Oh, Dallas. Miss X. JLo is having the absolute worst year. She must have pissed God off. Hey, you know what? Whatever's in the dark, come to light. You know that. I cannot wait to get to JLo because she is trying to start she wants to come out with a Heartbreak album. What planet is she on? I tell you, they're not grounded in reality. They're in their own bubble. Like her movie, the love story, the greatest love story that was never told, bombed. Oh, Dallas, why is she so mean and crazy, Meghan? Because Meghan is a malignant narcissist. She's a fantasist. Because I was thinking to myself, what do you call somebody that just really, they're not rooted in reality? That they, like, Meghan Markle really believes that she's the Diana number 2. She has gotten to the point that she even dresses like Diana. I've watched some of the different various YouTube, content creators out there. There was one, I can't remember the name though. This was like a couple of months ago. They had every image of Meghan Markle and Princess Diana. It was disturbing. It was really disturbing. And Prince Harry said in his book that Meghan Markle wears Princess Di's perfume. And Meghan Markle says she's a psychic, that she communicates with Princess Di when she does her yoga practice in the morning. So Meghan Markle is highly manipulative. She's a fantasist too. Like, she believes that she is a royal princess. Like, she had the nerve to think that she was on the same level as Princess Catherine. She really did. In that system, hierarchical system, she really thought that she was Princess Catherine. She is a fantasy. She's not rooted in reality. Then she's a sociopath and a petty thief. So all of those things make her what she is. And the reason why she's mean to people is because she's just not a nice person. And she gets to step on people because in her mind, she's thinking, I am Diana number 2. I am Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex. And you are just the shit on my shoe. So she treat people like that. That's how she treated people. And that's why William knocked Harry to the ground, I believe. Because when William confronted Harry about Meghan Markle bullying the staff, and then Harry being dim-witted, like, well, what? What did Meghan do? You know, clueless, that blank stare. And William is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And knocked him to the ground. Like, wake up, you dumbass. Wake up. So and I can understand because William could see it. He's like, you don't see her. You do not see her. I bet you Harry see her now though. But Harry is, his brain, he's just limited as far as his thinking. That's all. He's like probably got the mental capacity of a 16-year-old. I don't think he's very mature. I don't think he can really think through stuff. And Meghan exploits that. And instead of looking in the situation to have a prince that fall in love with you, to have any man that would fall in love with you and you love him, that's a blessing. But the fact that he is got more money than God, he's part of a royal family, a royal system. And Queen Elizabeth said that she could still do act or whatever, but they cannot do both. She was saying, go on with your life. Build the life you want. They had all the resources in the world. Harry would have been well protected, but he got with a petty thief and someone who exploited him for his title, his money. She wanted to be mayor. She wanted to basically leech off of whatever they had. She was a leech. And that's cold because she exploited him because he's not that bright. He's not. Olivia said, didn't Harry say that Suits was William and Catherine's favorite show? Yeah, he did. But I don't believe it was William. I think maybe William and Catherine were just trying to be nice. I really do. Because I never saw Suits. I'm sorry. I didn't know who Meghan Markle was until she married Harry. I never knew who she was. Being honest, shooting straight, pow, pow. I didn't even watch Suits. The only one on Suits that I like is Torres. Because she's been acting for a long time. I think she started out on General Hospital. She's been acting for decades. And the guy that plays Meghan Markle's father, I've seen him around. He's been acting a long time. The rest of them I didn't know. I didn't know who they were. Gil, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Olivia, this whole P. Diddy scandal will keep a lot of them quiet for a while. Yeah, I know. Did you see LeBron James in that maid outfit that on TikTok, he was dressed up as a maid? And I didn't want to post it here because I'm not sure if it was AI or somebody doctored it. There were questions about that, but a lot of celebrities are quiet. We're going to get into Kim Porter's book later in this video. Love it's blend into the wallpaper. Yeah. She should, because it's too late. We've already seen she's tried everything. Her people have tried everything. She tried the Oprah Winfrey interview. It blew up in her face. They tried that, they call it a Netflix documentary. I call it a reality show, Harry and Meghan's reality show. That blew up in her face where she just insulted him, saying she bowed to the queen. It was like, what was the name of that? What's the name of that? God damn, I can't think of the name. When she said it's like medieval times or something, and then she big curtsied down. And I said, that is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen in my life. That blew up in her face. Then they tried to give her these phony awards. It did not change. And then they claim this whole paparazzi chase in New York City. Have you been to New York City? I've been many times, and there's no way in hell there will be a paparazzi chase. So that got blown up in her face. Then they tried to pivot to Harry. Now they're trying to pivot to Harry. They're giving Harry all these phony awards. And we're going to see how this works, but I don't think it's going to improve Harry's their popularity. It might improve it a little bit because she's a lot more tolerable to people than Meghan, because Harry treated his family like shit. He treated his family like shit. Brooklyn says JLo is not mentally stable. No, she's not. JLo is a love addict, and JLo needs to go into treatment for that. She's a love and sex addict, in my opinion. No one saw Suits. Yeah, Olivia, I didn't. I swear I didn't know who that was. But Meghan told Harry, you know, she was probably bragging to Harry that he thought his wife, superstar, she's an Oscar caliber, Emmy, you know. Harry's so dim-witted. He didn't know. And Meghan Markle was into what? The writing. She is a royal hillbilly. And the fact that he could not see that shows you how dim-witted he is. I'm sorry. And the thing is that reason why I call her royal hillbilly, because she is. Because guess what? You don't have to do all that, Meghan. All you got to do is just be yourself. Harry just loved her. I think he genuinely loved Meghan. And Meghan, you could just be yourself. We just don't want to hear and see from you. We don't care about your opinion. We don't care about nothing you selling. We really don't care. But just treat people with kindness. You interview, be polite. Stop trying to upstage Catherine in a system where you way down here and she's up here. And why should Catherine and William dim their lights? That's the thing I don't get with Harry and Meghan. If you don't like the system, get out of it. But you are still blessed with wealth beyond our comprehension. And you guys, well, we know Harry loved her. She could not love him, but Harry's going to have to pay a price for that decision he made. He's got to pay a price for that. He really does. Gil says, I think Suits is out of Canada. Yeah. I hear. Yep, it is out of Canada. Tashi, hi, Rhonda. How was your holiday? Oh, it was nice. It was really nice. It was always nice to have that time off too. I had a nice little vacation, but there's no place like home. I'm always glad to get back home. Suits is not very popular show in the USA. Oh, okay. Is it popular in Canada? Probably, yeah. So, you know, Meghan Markle, hopefully I don't think she's going to be able to stay away, but we're going to get to watch and see how this all plays out, which is fascinating. I tell you, these celebrities, and because they're not rooted in reality, and you could see it. Because it's like Meghan, stop wearing Princess Diana's cologne or perfume. Stop wearing the jewelry. Stop it. Stop dressing like her. And stop getting busy with making love with your husband. Well, I don't know if you call it making love. You know, Meghan Markle, let's shoot straight, pal. Meghan Markle's always working. Okay? Yes, well, I'm just saying. So when she's getting busy with Harry, stop putting on that cologne, girl, and stop dressing like Princess Di. Just humble yourself, count your blessings, and go fade into the wallpaper. Just go dark. Just mute and let nobody hear from you ever again. But let's see how long that lasts. I don't think she's going to be able to do it. What do you guys think? I don't think she's going to be able to do it. All right, guys. Yep, just watch and wait. Just watch and wait. That's what's fascinating about these celebrities, is that those that come out like that, and because they act out in front of the media. Think of all the talented actors who don't do that. Like Joaquin Phoenix. And he's going to be in Joker that's coming out, October 4? He's one of the best actors around. He's not prostituting himself all in front of social media and celebrity mags. He's not doing that. He's working, right? Think of like Kate Winslet and who else? Scarlett Johansson. Who else? The older times, Julia Roberts don't do that. I mean, but she's been gone a while. But like Joaquin Phoenix is a good one. Leonardo DiCaprio, another one. You don't see him coming out. He got all these girlfriends, and he could probably be a good tabloid topic every day with all the young girls. Because if you're under 20, if you're over 25, he don't want you. Things like that. But he doesn't. He stays away because his work, he let his craft, his talent dictate the media coverage, his word. Think of like Robert De Niro or Samuel L. Jackson, Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Meryl Streep, all these talented actors. What's the guy's name that oh man, Adrian he was in Peaky Blinders too. Oh God. But Cillian Murphy, he's an Irish actor, but he is, you don't see talented actors, those that bring people to the theaters, those that draw people to their craft. They don't have to do all that, but it's those who are really unstable. Think about Puff Daddy. For him to always show his face, he was always on display. And he's a disgusting human being, an apex predator. So those are the ones that we get to scrutinize, because you know that those are the ones that got some mental health issues, because they can't help but always be on display. That's a problem. And we get to watch it. Jean Ward, hi Rhonda from Vancouver. I think JLo will be in a lot of trouble when more comes out about her association with P. Diddy. I agree, Jean. She is in a lot of trouble. And I think that's why Ben Affleck, and we're going to get on Ben Affleck in a minute, because Jennifer Garner, the news reports are saying that she is really concerned about him relapsing. So remember, he had JLo, when she filed for divorce, she said the date of separation was in April 2024. Now, Puff Daddy's house was raided in March? And I think between that March and April, I think them feds came and knocking on that door. Because I don't know, I didn't pull the picture up today, but in my last video, I got a picture of JLo in bed with Puff Daddy, Aaliyah, Andre Harrell, and then there's one other lady. Part of her face is cut out. I could not tell who that was. So imagine how many images and video the feds got on JLo. She's got a lot to answer to. Plus that pow. Remember, Rodney, that producer is suing Puff Daddy. He said that JLo was the gun mule. She's the one that brought the gun into the nightclub, the gun that was used to pow that lady in the face. And Shine ended up doing 10 years. And Shine came out and said Puff Daddy destroyed his life, but he forgives him, because Shine is from the Caribbean. So he said, thank you, Shine. Shine is Caribbean. So he said, thank you, Puff Daddy, for what you've done for the country of Belize, the island of Belize. So, which leads me to think Puff Daddy gave him money and gave the island, probably took care of his family in Belize. But Shine is coming out, and he said that Puff Daddy destroyed his life because he said he was innocent. And JLo knew that. Gil says, yes, he is a great actor. Dallas, Adrian Brody. You are reading my mind. Adrian Brody. That's right. Excellent actor. Oh my God, he is an excellent actor too. And you don't see him chasing the celebrity media and TMZ and all that. Look at me. You don't see that. They don't have to. They're part of Hollywood. JLo's a part of Hollyweird. And now that it's starting to come out, and that producer, TMZ, did just recently, a couple of weeks ago, they did a documentary on JLo and Ben Affleck. And the John Peters, the producer director, he was engaged or married Barbara Streisand like in the 60s or 70s. He says that he thinks JLo is a love addict and a sex addict. And remember how she's been behaving, grinding up and dancing in front of, what's the actor's name that's married to Rose Byrne? I can't think of his name. He's a great actor too. And then she's out there showing her the side of her body and the stuff, the licking ice cream cones on Instagram. She is not handling this breakup well. So she got some problems. And she's got over 200 million followers, which on Instagram, which is great when she's a commodity. She sells things like skincare and alcohol now, and then she's producing or directing, directing, but she's got Netflix projects, this project with Ben Affleck. So she got the followers, but her behavior, what are we supposed to do? Just ignore it? I'm like, no, hell no, that's crazy. No, thank you. No. Mm-mm. Hank, her latest marriage was one big red flag. No family, famous people who didn't know her. That should have told us everything we needed to know. Oh, Hank, are you talking about Meghan Markle? Yeah, Meghan Markle. You know what? Meghan Markle did not even, she didn't want her father at the wedding, and she did not want her step siblings. You know why? Because Meghan Markle, she's a fantasist. She think when she grabbed Prince Harry that he wanted her because she was so classy and all of that. She didn't even run through her mind like, why is this man choosing me? Why? I mean, she didn't even look through it, but she's embarrassed of her father because she looks at him as blue collar or trailer trash. That's how she sees her father. And that's what's so tragic. That is what's so tragic. That's terrible. They're saying JLo is drinking. Allegedly, we know her hope it's not true. The poor kids. She drinking? I always thought JLo did not like alcohol. Now she's drinking? I hope not, because I heard she was never a drinker. But she probably, think about what she went through with Puff Daddy. Think about what JLo went through with Puff Daddy. You know he turned her out. Well, you know he had to turn JLo out. JLo was a flag girl on Living Color, messing around with Keenan Ivory Wayans. And treating people like shit on the set of Living Color, I hear. Yeah, it is sad how she's going down. I've had a girlfriend who didn't let me see her family for over a year. She's turned out to be a complete liar, still married and all. What? She was a married woman, Hank? Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, you got to watch. It takes a while to figure out what people are up to. You know? It does. You got to kind of watch them. It takes a while to watch them. Brooklyn Love said, I feel sorry for her twins. I do too. Because she's worried about what Ben Affleck and his kids are doing. I'm like, girl, you got 2 kids that need you more than anything. 2 kids, girl, because I have one of each. I got one of each. And my daughter, they're both away in college. But my daughter, both of them need me, but my daughter really does. Your daughter needs you to be plugged in all the time. Like, I try to be, when she calls, I answer. And if I don't get answer, I'll call her back because they're more emotional than males are. But my son needs me in a different way. But I try because it's like once they're grown, become adults and they're gone, you won't have, they won't need you as much. But she's missing all of those good years. Oh my God. To what? Ben Affleck? Why is she worried about Ben Affleck's kids? That's so stupid to me. Them kids got support. Ben Affleck's children, they've got Jennifer Garner, JLo. They don't need you. And Jennifer Garner got a support system behind her. She got sisters and they got kids. Her mom and dad were married for 60, 70 years or something like that. Her father passed away, but I'm sure there's a long extended family. Ben Affleck's got his brother and their kids. Ben Affleck's got friends. And Matt Damon, you notice that Matt Damon don't roll like that. Did you notice, have you seen Matt Damon's daughters? They're like teenagers now. Do you see Matt Damon's wife, Matt Damon's daughters? Now, Matt Damon, I like him too as an actor. As a matter of fact, I do. I like him and Ben Affleck, actually. Ben Affleck is turning me off with this whole JLo thing. Let's pivot on to JLo. Let's go on to JLo right now. I used to like Ben Affleck a lot until he started mishandling this whole issue with JLo. I'm like, Ben Affleck, it was just, what are you doing? Like, why? I don't understand. You would think these two, and they will call the paparazzi while the kids are going. It's like, you and JLo don't need to be with the kids when the kids go to play or go to a meet and greet or whatever, or a lunch date. Why the two of you guys, if you're divorcing, what are you doing? And why are we calling the paparazzi? So Ben Affleck acts like he doesn't like it, but he still plays in it, which I told you guys, I think he's he's not. He's a dry drunk at the very least. I don't know if he's off the wagon, but it looks like JLo, Jennifer Garner's people are concerned about that. So we're going to get into that. But Ben Affleck, I think the reason Ben Affleck is probably spinning, that's the best way to describe it to me. He's spinning. And the reason he's spinning is because JLo is not really going away like he wants her to. And the reason why she's not going away, Ben Affleck, is because when you go no contact, you have to go no contact. And that means you cannot be dibbing and dabbing her. You cannot be going to hit when, he was going with that girl, JFK's daughter, Kit Kennedy. They were going out. And then I believe when Kit Kennedy's father came out full blast in support of Trump, and JLo is endorsing Kamala Harris, and Ben Affleck is a deep Democrat, I think he pulled back. He pumped the brakes. Now, they said he'd been messing around with Kit Kennedy before him and JLo got together again for a round two. So part of me believes that Ben Affleck, he knows that when JLo, when he needs to feel that, that ego, or he needs just a quick release, he can call JLo. And I was talking to my brother about it when we talk about stuff. And my brothers, it's like, one of my brothers said that he could just very well, JLo, he's groomed her enough where she's going to give him a divorce, which is what he wants, but he don't mind still sleeping with her every once in a while. So as long as she allows him to, he's getting what he wants. He don't have to be married to her. He does not want to be under the scrutiny of social media and paparazzi. He want to do his hit and runs in private, but you can't do that with JLo. Every time he hits it or go near her, she gonna say, "We're the biggest love story that was never told. We're like Liz and Liz and who is it? Burton? What's Liz and Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton? We can't quit each other." That's what The View said. We can't quit each other. I said, The View, now you ladies, you old bitches know better than that. Richard Burton and Liz Taylor were both raging alcoholics. That was not a love story. That was two alcoholics acting out. And they kept getting married over and over again. That is so dysfunctional. But The View, being owned by Disney, they're going to try to promote whatever image, because JLo is still worth hundreds of millions. Ben Affleck is still a commodity. He's marketable. So they're going to just, whatever lie JLo wants to tell, they'll let her tell it. Ben Affleck, he's not going to say anything at all. He's just going to get pissed. So he wants to be able to, and I think that might be true. He wants to keep hitting and running JLo, but he don't want JLo to go to the media. He wants a divorce. He wants it over. But he want to hit it. But JLo is like, you going to hit it. I love you. Because JLo's a love addict. And JLo and all them men and her two kids, her daughter seeing that shit, her girl. Well, her daughter don't want to be a girl anymore. She's a they or them. What about her son? What about her boy? He's a young man now. How does she think he feels? What does that say about relationships? JLo cannot give to nobody in a healthy relationship. JLo know nothing about a healthy relationship because she's not grounded at all. She's not grounded in reality. So now check this out. She's coming out with a Heartbreak album. So let me show you what they're saying. And this cracks me up because I'm like, I just can't believe this. But I believe it. JLo's disastrous year. Let's get loud. JLo is ready to record a Heartbreak album after her messy divorce from Ben Affleck. The singer wants to release a Cry Me a River type breakup ballad. Really? And this was written by Jessica Flynn, September 17, 2024, just a couple of days ago. Jennifer Lopez is ready to record a Heartbreak album. Look at that. A Heartbreak album, JLo. A source exclusively told the U.S. Sun JLo's album is shaping up to be her most emotional yet. Really? Oh Now answer me this. Somebody that go from man to man. Somebody that been married 4 times and been in all kind of relationships. This is not her first rodeo. Look at this. Jennifer Lopez, seen here in the recording studio, is said to be gearing up to record a new Heartbreak album, fresh on the heels of her split from Ben Affleck. Like JLo, you were not really in love with him, girl. You were in love with being attached to somebody because you're afraid of being by yourself. It could have been any man sitting there. And it's been interchangeable since you were 13 years old when you lost your virginity, allegedly. So this album is going to be all about heartbreak. Fans are going to get the real story through her music. Jen really wants that Cry Me a River type ballad, the Music Insider continued, referencing pop star Justin Timberlake's monster hit about his breakup with Britney Spears. Another insider close to Jennifer, 55, added that she is focused on this next film coming out, referring to her movie Unstoppable. The upcoming flick, which was produced by her ex, is a film about Anthony Robles. We don't care. We don't care what the film's about because I'm not watching it. I don't care. But she is in the studio, guys. She's ready to, she's ready to sail that song too. Always ready to work. Always ready to work. Like, girl, you're the love story that was never told flopped. You lost $20 million, but she's in her own bubble. So she got yes, people telling her yes. She's not grounded or rooted in reality or self. So she got the money to burn. Go ahead and burn it because they say she's worth hundreds of millions. So let's check out some of the comments here. I understand she's one of them. So, like we said, she's in her bubble. So to her, she thinks Ben Affleck, this was a love story. To Ben Affleck, he thinks this is a goddamn train wreck and he wants nothing of it. But when the lust in him comes out, but that's because he's not going near Kit Kennedy right now. But once the election is over, he'll go back if he wants to, or he'll replace Jennifer. And then he'll have someone, once he get with someone serious, he'll stop, But Jennifer will always allow herself to be played with by him. He do hit and runs, and she'll think that's love. She'll think that he's in love with her, and they just can't quit each other. When in his mind, all he's doing is just he like having sex with her. That's just how men think. That's just how they think. That's just so. That's how they think. Gene Ward says, Suits wasn't shown on the West Coast Canada. I never heard of her. Yep. No one heard of Meghan Markle until she married Prince Harry. Brooklyn Love said, I agree with you, Gil Bonamy, because Gil said that JLo has no time for her children, and it's just sad. It's really sad. It's really sad because they need you, especially both of them need their mama. Both of them. It is like, you know what? You guys know I lost my mom when I was young. So I was sensitive to that. So I was like, when I always said, when I have my kids, I'm going to give them everything I got while I'm here. And I just wanted to live just long enough for them to get 18. So they didn't have to be children out there with no mother. So to be blessed with children like that, give them all you got. And JLo out here chasing men. She chasing men just so that, I don't understand that, girl. And she not even trying to get quality men. What is she getting? Ben Affleck dumped her 3 days before the wedding over 20 years ago. He has shown her every step of the way that he wants out. Just because a man has sex with you does not mean they want to be with you. They will, oh my God, I hate to say this, but have you heard the phrase that a man will fuck you before they feed you? That's the thing. Or like my son said it, sometimes it's like blowing your nose. I'm like, what? I just like, oh God. Like, men don't look at sex the same way as women do. They just don't. They don't. It's the reality of it. It's so sad. And she thinking Ben Affleck wants to be with his wife. And we're going to do Jennifer Garner. We're going to show Jennifer Garner has been with at Ben Affleck at his house every day. And we're going to talk about that next. Because the media reports are saying that. And she's got a mercy squad, is what they call it. She got a mercy squad together to keep an eye on Ben Affleck because they are scared that he's going to relapse. Yeah, because he is spinning. He does not know how to get himself out of this JLo situation. I'm like, Ben, first of all, stop sleeping with her. And then secondly, if you know you want out and she's already filed to divorce, cut it. It's really that simple. You people are in your mid-50s. JLo and Ben are middle-aged like I am. This is AARP news. You're not 23-year-olds. This ain't no young love. This is not JLo's first love, her first rodeo, the first guy she ever had sex with. This is like her fourth marriage and probably her 2000th man she's been with. I ain't trying to slut shame her. I'm just saying that, damn, after a while, don't you think it should become easy for you to just move on to the next one? But it's the addiction. She is a love and sex addict, and she uses sex to get the guy. Because a guy, you are not going to talk a guy and get into an emotional relationship with a guy. I mean, it don't work that way. You got to sleep with him. So she sleeps with him to get him. And if he claims her, then she's a love addict. Then she becomes addicted to him. And Ben Affleck say he wants out. So Ben is the one that's doing the spinning too. Cut it out. Just cut it. I don't want to see another picture in the tabloids of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner at some school event. Like they the perfect parents. Bye with that shit. Jennifer Garner's the only adult in the room. She's like, oh God, here we go. Here y'all two seeing each other again, and you bringing my kids. Why are you prostituting them kids? Why are those kids in front of paparazzi cameras? Why? They should never be nowhere near the cameras. Ever. Ever, ever. We all see what you're doing. We all see what you're doing. Gil, I agree with you, Brooklyn Love. Yeah, JLo is obsessed with Ben. She is. JLo is obsessed with, she's a love addict. Any man that claims her, the next one she's going to get with, she's going to say that he was the love of her life, that she never knew love like that. And she'll do a love song on that one too. And then probably do a video of the love story that was never told part 2 with another man. It's just how it is, because she needs to get treatment. She got to get celibate. And she's got to do the work. Now, how could she go through all that with Puff Daddy? And that show, now it makes sense. She didn't stumble upon Puff Daddy like she's some nice innocent. JLo was in that bed grinning along with Aaliyah, who had to have been like 20 or 21 on that picture. And Aaliyah had her hands between Puff Daddy's thigh and Andre Harrell's thigh. And JLo was hugged up, and they were all in the bed together. All of them. So, and JLo was the fly girl before that, and they said that, and she was, and to be with them Wayans boys, JLo was, and this was before she was even popular. JLo was like, I'm gonna make it, and she did it. Now, Ben Affleck might be the cleanest guy because he's more clean cut. He's from Boston. He's an Oscar winner. A-Rod was an athlete, A-Rod is a man of color. Who was before him? Casper, the bisexual dancer, before that, Mark Anthony, the one she was married to, he's a man of color. He's Puerto Rican. He's a singer, a wonderful singer at that. And before that, I think Ben Affleck was probably the more clean cut of all the group because he's an Oscar winner. And he's a white male. I think JLo put more stock in him than she should because he treat her like shit. And I think the reason he does is that he's not as impressed with JLo as JLo is impressed with him. I think that's the reality of it. And I see that. Ben Affleck, look at Jennifer Garner. And JLo think that she outshines Jennifer Garner tenfold. And JLo don't realize, girl, no, you don't. Like JLo, you may have a beautiful body and all that, but as far as a complete package, Jennifer Garner got you beat. Jennifer Garner's got you beat because she's got a lot of love to give. Jennifer Garner has a solid family. She's rooted in reality. She's loving on her children. She's got enough love to give to try to help Ben Affleck stay sober. She's probably got, she travels alone. She does a lot of self-work, and you can tell. There is no comparison. So when Ben Affleck look at his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, and compare it to JLo, he like, wait a minute, I made a mistake. He snapped out of it and he got trying to get out of this shit. There is no comparison. None whatsoever. So instead of JLo seeing that, and unfortunately, just like what Puff Daddy, what happened with him, nobody in their inner circle tells them no. Nobody in their bubble tells them the truth. Nobody does. They tell them, they lie to them. So JLo thinks that Ben Affleck is all this. She put a lot of stock into him, and she is going to try to ride it. As long as he keep coming back for hit and runs, she's going to say that they're in love and that they're bonding again. And Ben Affleck is just like, shit, I just wanted to. Ben Affleck, you can't do that. You're going to have to find yourself someone else. Find a friend with benefits. A true friend with benefits. Stop hurting that girl like that. Because JLo is a love addict and a sex addict. All you're doing is leading her on. But that will require Ben to put someone else in front of him. And most people are selfish. Ben's not going to do that. He will put himself first. And unfortunately, JLo is just not going to do it. JLo is going to think it's a love story because he comes and hit and runs. She ain't letting go. He's going to have to cut it. I mean, he's going to have to show up with somebody else. He's got to, yep. Janet, hi, Janet. Thanks for joining us. Maybe a Jailbreak album would be more appropriate. Okay. Hey, you know what? Why don't she do that? Why don't she come up with a song describing her time with Puff Daddy? Why don't she do that? Now that would sell. What if she come up with an album, My Time with Puff Daddy? Or you know what? She needs to come up with a memoir, but she'll never do that because she's going to have to share with the world all the nasty shit she did with Puff Daddy and before that. And JLo is still a commodity. She don't want to taint herself. But I think this Ben Affleck thing, let it go, girl. Let it go. Who's going to purchase her Heartbreak album? Not me. I know. Who's going to purchase that? Because Ben Affleck, he don't what, girl? What Heartbreak what? Heartbreak what? How many men have you been with, girl? And you in your mid-50s. How many men have you been with? Why are you crying over Ben Affleck when he dumped you 20 years ago? You know that. She thinks more of Ben Affleck than he thinks of her. It's quite clear. He's just not into her like she's into him. And because she's got the tabloids, she's a commodity. And she's got 200 million followers. People know her. She is a legend in Hollywood now. She will garner attention. So she's marketable. And these celebrity mags in The View, like they said, this is nothing but Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. I'm like, I could not believe that when I heard that. I'm like, those were two whole full-blown alcoholics. They were fighting each other. It was disgusting. Prisoner of love soon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi, Leona. Thanks for joining us. Angela says, we have to be careful of our actions because the karma comes back. Yeah, it does. It does. The universe always give you back what you put into it. I've experienced that. I don't play around. I do not play around because I've learned in my lifetime and I've lived long enough to know it's better to just try to cause as less harm as you can to others. Try to give back where you can. But JLo in that history, Ben Affleck too. Ben Affleck has to stop playing with JLo. He has to just cut it. If you don't want to be in that marriage and she's already filed for divorce, then cut it. Stop playing with the media. I mean, what are you guys doing that for in hopes? Like, what's the end game? You're not playing three-dimensional chess. All you are is just two addicts. You're acting out. We see it. I can't wait to see how that movie Unstoppable goes. We'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Will all of this phony media stuff, will it work? Cheryl C says she might be able to make a go if she pulls out some old Torch songs that were already made famous. Maybe you know what? I don't know. Does she have any love songs? I know she had a Spanish song with Mark Anthony, right? That was a pretty song. But I'm not sure if that would work. I say leave Ben alone. Don't write love songs. But, I think if Ben had his wish, and he's going to get it, I think that the divorce will go through, and he would like it if she let him get some every once in a while. And she will, but I don't think it's good for him. Just cut it, because that would be leading her on, and that's hurting someone. If Ben Affleck truly wants to be a man in recovery, a stand-up, honorable man where he's not going around harming people, stop it with her. If you don't want it, now if you want the marriage to work, then work to make it work. But get out from in front of the media and stop prostituting your children. Stop putting your children in front of these tabloids. Stop it. We don't need to see your children being friends. They're not going to be the only friends each other's going to have. Come on. Cut it out. Cut it out with all of that. Just cut it out. Cheryl says if she gets pulled in somehow to the trafficking thing, she loses everything. I think they are going to reopen that case she was involved in. Cheryl, I agree. I think so too. I think that there's more to that. And when I saw that picture of JLo in bed with Aaliyah, Andre Harrell, and Puff Daddy, I said she was at the white parties. So according to the feds, they've got over 500 hours of video from Puff Daddy in that raid. So how many are JLo on? How many of those is she on? Also, it's been pointed out in the court documents in a lawsuit that's filed against P. Diddy that JLo was the gun mule, that she was allegedly the person that brought that gun into that nightclub where that young lady got pow in the face. That young lady, I just saw her. She's being interviewed on several channels. I wish I could. I don't pay for interviewees, and my channel's so small, but maybe one day I'll get a chance to talk to her. But she says that Puff Daddy was the one that pulled that trigger. She said it was him. It was she said it was him. So JLo's got, and I believe that may have been what triggered Ben Affleck to say, oh, hell no. Because anytime the feds come and knocking on your door, you got some problems. You've got big problems, let me tell you. And there is nothing to play around with that. Because if they come and knocking on your door, they already know something about you anyways. So if they're knocking on JLo and Ben Affleck's door, telling JLo, go get your attorney, we need for you to come down to the office, that means they've seen something. So in JLo's mind, she's like, oh my God, I've done hundreds of those videos. Which ones are they talking about? Oh my God, maybe they're going to find out I did smuggle that gun. But the feds will never let you know what evidence they got on you. They're going to sit and wait for her. And her lawyer's telling her, don't give up anything. Find out what they want. So she's trying to answer those questions. But I think a lot of people are going to get, I think a lot of celebrities, there are going to be some more names that are coming out. Some more names that are coming out. It is nasty. And the things that they were doing, they said, these freak-offs, did you see all the thousands of baby oil and lubricant? And they said that the freak-offs would last for days. It lasts so long that the participants would have to get hooked up on an IV to get vitamin drips. That's how nasty it was. Dana says that's press hype to distract from Diddy news. Yeah, you know what? I don't know, JLo. If I were Ben, this is too much. And Ben Affleck is a stellar director and an actor. I like him. And you notice he and Matt Damon are moved to it. They are best friends, but they move very different. Even Ben Affleck and his brother, Casey Affleck. You don't see Casey's another talented actor to me. You don't see him anywhere unless he's promoting a movie. He and Matt Damon were out promoting that movie they got on Apple. I can't remember the name of it. I want to see that because I do like both of them. I love Matt Damon's The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy series. I love those. Now, Matt Damon, look how he moved. You don't see him and his wife catering and prostituting in front of these paparazzi cameras and all that. They've got 3 or 4 daughters and they're getting big. They got teenage girls. And some are, I think 1 or 2 are little, but they got 2 older ones too. They're not prostituting them girls. You don't see them. You don't even know how they look. I've seen a couple of pictures of them if you look them up, but they do not, Matt Damon do not prostitute his family out there like Ben Affleck does with JLo. And Ben Affleck cannot keep blaming JLo because JLo is even grabbing him and Jennifer's kids. Poor Jennifer Garner. She's like, you think she wants her kids in front of that camera? No, Jennifer Garner don't even put her own man on camera. You don't know if they're together or not. And you know the reason why Jennifer Garner don't put her man on camera? Because her boyfriend is not the only relationship in her life. He's certainly not a primary, meaning that she's got a lot of things going on in her life. He is just one of many things that are wonderful in her life. That's why I love how she moves. JLo, the only primary in her life is whatever man she got attached to her. And when one goes away, that's why she double books and triple books. You better believe she's sleeping with someone. Ben is not the only one because she can't be alone. She cannot risk ever being by herself because her identity is wrapped into being attached to a man. Can you imagine that? She's worth $300 million or $400 million. She's beautiful for her age. There's nothing in there. She only feels that she's valid as if she's attached to some man. That's the only way she feels like she's alive. Very different from Jennifer Garner. You do not see Jennifer Garner putting her boyfriend or this guy all in front like he's her life and her world, because he's not. He's just one piece of her life. But her kids, I'm sure Jennifer Garner do not want her children prostituted all in front of these paparazzi cameras. I'm sure of that. She don't even roll like that. And when she go to pick up her kids, you see her, the visor thing be down. You just see this part of her face. Kids run in the car because she's the only adult in the room. She's like, look at these 2 damn fools. Look at Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Damn fools. Damn fools. Look at them. So it's going to be interesting to see I can't wait to see how this rolls out. I want to see how Unstoppable does. I cannot wait to see how well that movie does. And I want to see about this whole Heartbreak album and how well that does. And you know, I don't want to really hear, I don't give a damn what's in the song because you know it's just more of this love addiction. It's more of the acting out. Ben Affleck's just got to cut it. If he wants it, he's got to cut it. Gil says that woman has no time for her children, just chasing a dream. Yeah, she has no time for her kids, and her kids are teenagers now. And that breaks my heart when I see that, because it's like they do be needing you. They be needing you. I mean, they do. I can think, I mean, you know, I would have loved to have had a mom. And for my kids, I every chance I could, because I had that trauma. But I'm glad that I'm doing that. But I know I can look and tell they need their mom. Like, there's no way your daughter should think that she should be a them, nothing. Spend time with her first and just say, hey, let's just walk through this. We can discuss. Let's hang out. Let's go spend some time. Let's go on a trip. Let's learn something together. Just fuck these men. These are guys that don't even think much about you anyways. Ben Affleck don't give a shit about JLo, really. He's not a mean guy, but she's not a priority in his life. The woman I think he really want back is Jennifer Garner. But Jennifer Garner was like, shit, no, I done dealt with this alcoholic for 10 plus years. I love you as a friend. We've got 2 children. We got 3 children together. So, but no, I don't want to go back. But I think he has regrets, but he's got JLo's not a priority in his life. There's no need for Ben and JLo to contact each other because they don't have any children together. Brooklyn, I agree. It's like these two, and then you can't look at legacy media like The View, who's trying to push this thing that they're a love story. And it's like, girl, and you know, Ben Affleck's not going to argue. He's going to, you know what? He's a man. He's not going to argue about it. But Ben Affleck has to stop being his own worst enemy. And I think that's why Jennifer Garner is at his house every day. And she's got friends. They call them a mercy squad. We're going to look at that right quick too. Um, she knows he needs help. You could tell, because it's like, why do you? I don't understand it. Why are you even going out? Why are you and JLo meeting up together at the kids' events? You guys are divorced. If you're divorced, cut it. You're not the only people in the world who get divorced. And let me remind you that these two are middle-aged people. They're in their mid-50s. Crazy. AARP news. That's right, Hank. Even as a Dutchie, I got that. Yep. AARP news. These two are like middle age. And it's like, what are you doing? It makes absolutely no sense to me. JLo is still stuck like she's 23, 24. And Ben Affleck, maybe a little older, but Ben Affleck should stop. Mark Anthony is an awesome man and father. Oh yeah, and he's a singer. I love him. He got such a beautiful voice. Oh my God, he's got such a beautiful voice. Yeah. Did anyone watch Cat on Ho? What? Cat on Ho. Dallas, can you retype that? Lauren says, I love Jennifer Garner. You're right. She's the total package. Yeah, Jennifer Garner's the total package. There is no comparison. So it makes sense that Ben Affleck is just not into JLo like JLo's into him. That's all. And JLo needs to accept that. And let me tell you guys, think about it. What if the roles were flipped? What if JLo was saying, Ben, I don't want to be bothered. It's over. I want a divorce. And he keeps coming after her. Wouldn't you guys say, wouldn't the media be like, okay, now you're stalking her. You're overstepping your boundaries. You're abusing her emotionally. She wants you to leave her alone. So leave her alone. So the flip side happened, we would be saying a whole totally different thing. But because she's a female, we're saying, oh, and she's JLo, we're saying, okay, well, giving her some leeway when really she's hurting herself and her kids. Leave that man alone. He's just not that into you. And it's okay. Ben Affleck, stop putting people on. He shouldn't be on a pedestal anyway. No one should. Cynthia says they said that Kim Porter was about to deliver when she met Puffy and she was married. What? I heard that they were messing around. And you know something? In the memoir, apparently JLo knew about Kim Porter. JLo knew about Kim Porter. So they were like sharing him or something. And it was an open, I think Puff Daddy may have been grooming JLo. Like JLo thought she was the only one. And eventually that's why she was able to leave too, because of the Pow Pow incident. Excuse me. But also I believe that JLo said that emotionally she thought he was cheating on her, and he was. So Kim Porter always been there in the background. Kim Porter was, in the memoir, she was down with swinging and all that. They were just nasty. Them people are nasty. Operation Paperclip, hi. In an investigation, 6 people out from your investigated top. So Affleck doesn't want any of that. He cut her loose. Yeah, he better. Operation Paperclip. I saw them. They were showing, JLo usually had a paparazzi catching Ben Affleck with her because she wants to continue to, because it hurts her ego that he rejected her. Now remember, he didn't show up at her birthday. He refused to be photographed with her just until recently with the kids. So now she's trying to save face. Ben plus Casey have a history of sexual touching without permission. Yes, I did hear that about Casey Affleck too. I did hear that Casey Affleck got in trouble at some movie a couple of years back, right? But what he did was he went dark too. He went underground until the news settled, the dust settled. But yeah, but you don't see him playing. He's got children with, I think he was married at one time to Joaquin Phoenix's sister, right? So they got a child or two together, but you don't see them prostituting their children around. Dallas says that baby oil quantity was insane. It was. That is so, it blows my mind, the level of depravity. It is just disgusting. One thing we know that Kim Porter, she was all for that lifestyle, apparently. That's what they're saying, that she, so, and she stole his videos, and they're saying that that's probably why, all of a sudden she passed on. Ari, hi Rhonda. I'm so glad I just caught you. Hi Ari. It's interesting how Matt Damon's wife and JLo are not seen together. I don't think they have a friendship, which is telling. Yeah, Matt Damon's wife seems very modest, and she's just focused on her family. She don't give a damn what's going on with the social media and the paparazzi and all that. She is not attracted to the paparazzi glare, none of that. But JLo is. And another thing, that Matt Damon's wife, she's got 3 or 4 daughters with Matt Damon, and she is mama bear. And you don't see them girls, no way. You do not see them grinning and in paparazzi like JLo does her children. She, I mean, and Ben Affleck does his children, because Jennifer Garner's not doing that. It's these two. JLo is an opportunist. When Ben came back, she didn't waste any time making a ridiculous vanity project that failed. Now that it's over, she's trying to profit again by releasing a Heartbreak album. Yeah. She's gonna ride this out. Because one thing about JLo, she is street smart. Like, she gonna keep monetizing and making that money. She gonna keep making that money. But I think that she's gonna ride this love story until she replaces Ben Affleck. This is all she know. Even if she gonna tell him how much she love him in a song, hoping that he takes her back again, or hope he comes for a hit and run. I bet you she be sitting there waiting by the phone for him to call. And he is just not that into her. It's clear. Now, he can have sex with her. That's different. And why women can't, like, when I say do the work and grow up, JLo shouldn't understand the difference between a male brain and a female brain. She should understand what it means for a man when a man truly loves a woman. She should know that, because you would think that she's seen it and she's experienced it. I don't think she has. I really don't. I don't think she has. I don't think she knows. Melanie, hey Melanie, JLo is a yacht girl. Hey, JLo skipped the yacht and she went to the freak-offs with Puff Daddy. All them freak-offs. That's what JLo is, and she's a vet. I mean, I can't wait to hear more about them videos. That's what I'm waiting on. Because when I saw that image of her in the bed with them, I said, oh, okay. Marta Alicia Morris says JLo and Ben hard. Okay, so she's a JLo and Ben fan. Hi, Marta. Thanks for joining us. Dallas. Yes, I wrote that when you were talking about Elizabeth Taylor. Her movie Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I think she played. Oh, that was a good movie, right? Yes, she did. And they said that was a movie that was pretty much a biography of her and Richard. That was really how their relationship. That was such a good movie. Oh my God. Both of them were alcoholics. She was terrible. Elizabeth Taylor was an exceptional actress. Did she win an award for that? I think she did win an Oscar for that. If you guys get a chance to watch that, take a look at that movie, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. That was so good. It was Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. They were he was a college professor or something, right? And they were alcoholics. And she was so bad. Elizabeth Taylor played the hell out of that role. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Angela, hi Angela. I was her fan until she tried to depreciate Shakira, and until she left A-Rod and took his ring. Yeah, that was, and you hear what she did to A-Rod's daughters? Like, she dumped them. Like, she and A-Rod together they were together a couple of years. When they broke up, she cut off JLo cut off all contact with his daughters. That is cold. Knowing that she was like going to be a stepmother. That is cold. That is so cold to me. But and all of a sudden now she cares so much about Ben Affleck's children. Every chance she can get, she's trying to be photographed with them big kids. Leave them kids. That is Jennifer Garner's kids, JLo, and Ben Affleck's children. You didn't birth neither one of them, and you have no rights to them. So leave them kids out of you and Ben Affleck's mess. Let them just hang out. Let them just hang out and leave them alone. Leave them alone. I think she did. Yep, she did. She really did. Brooklyn Love said JLo was so wrong for dismissing A-Rod's kids. Yeah. Yes, she did. It is terrible the way she did them poor girls. But I'm not surprised. I am not at all surprised because that is JLo. So let's take a look really quickly at I want to show you guys what Jennifer Garner is doing to help Ben Affleck, because she is really trying. And that's because she's in a healthier space. She's got a lot more to give, Jennifer Garner. She's got a lot more to give. So can you guys see this? Yeah, she's got a lot more to give. Let me pull this down. It says why Jennifer Garner is going to Ben Affleck's house nearly every day. They said she's there nearly every day. And I think that is wonderful. And here's why. While Ben Affleck is navigating, hold on, I want to make sure you guys see this. Can you see it? We'll make it bigger so you can see it. Make it like this. Okay, there we go. While Ben Affleck is navigating his and Jennifer Lopez divorce, he allegedly has a mercy squad around him. Lopez has her bestie, Leah Remini. Now, when did Leah Remini become her bestie again? Okay, and as for Affleck, he has his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. And amid this mercy squad mindset, insiders allege she's going to visit him nearly every day to make sure he's handling everything fine. Insiders recently told In Touch Weekly that Garner has visited Affleck so much to allegedly make sure he doesn't fall back into old habits. That's the main reason you're seeing Jen going over there nearly every day to make sure he is okay. His mother, his brother, and his close friends like Matt Damon are helping out too, the insider said. They're all in touch with him and with each other. They're very much a team and acting as a de facto support group for him. If they're seeing a thing to worry about, they alert each other immediately. Ben knows they're all in touch, but he doesn't know the extent of it. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. Yeah, what do you guys think? What you guys think of that? I think that's great. I think that I think what I find interesting is that if JLo truly cared about Ben Affleck, she would just keep keep everything platonic. She would keep everything separate. She wouldn't be calling me. She don't give a damn about him. That's why she sold his motorcycles. That's why she became an ambassador for alcohol brand. You know, she did that because JLo don't know how to really love someone. You got to have something in here to love someone. You got to have something to give. She don't. That's terrible. Let's see some comments. JLo deleted the IG Live with Diddy. It was a COVID fundraiser for frontline health workers. They were calling each other Poppy and Mommy and dancing. A-Rod was present. I heard about that video. Oh, she deleted it? JLo, you can't delete anything out here. Everything you put on the internet, it will stay. It's there to stay. It is there to stay. Jennifer Garner, I think she's just got a lot more to give. She's like, he's the father of her children. She's doing all that she can. And his family is there because his brother and his mom and they need to be there too. They really do need to be there because JLo, at the end of the day, he's just a body to her. Remember those pictures of him with JLo and she would drag him to events and he was red-faced and looked like he was drunk? There was one video that I posted a couple of months ago. No, it had to have been like last year sometime, where they were getting out of the car. JLo gets out of this limo, right? Ben Affleck comes right behind her and he's mad. His face is red. He looked like he was drunk as a skunk. She brought him out. She brought him out knowing that man was out of it. She did not care. She did not give a shit. Yep. Vivian says, please forgive me. Lopez should concentrate on how her child dresses. Yeah, you would think so. Her children, her daughter, you could tell her daughter needs her. Her daughter needs her. She need to put her arm around her daughter and just say, I am here. And fuck everything else. Just her son and her daughter. Say, where you guys want to go? Say, I'm offline. I'm offline. I'm off in social media. Take a pause. Take a break. Stop. She's worth $300, $400 million. How much money do you need? Oh, Dallas says Vivian, her child M, is in pain and needs her mom. Of course she does. She needs her. Put your arms around her and be with her. You're both your kids. Instead of chasing these men. Ben Affleck kids don't need you, JLo. Your kids need you. Girl, Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck got their kids squared away. They're doing fine without you. Remember, all of them went to Japan together and left you? That's why Jennifer got triggered. Or was it Kit Kennedy too? Jennifer Garner is a gem. I love her. I love her too. I like how she moves. And the fact that she's trying to get people to help. 5 a.m. here, nighty night. Oh, Hank. Oh, God. Well, thanks for joining us. Good seeing you. JLo, she should take some, well, she won't do it, but she should take some advice, some true advice from Jennifer Garner. Because Jennifer is serious. Alcoholism is no joke. It's no joke, y'all. It is no joke. And you know that. So why she's not taking it seriously, JLo that is, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that Ben Affleck, being the alcoholic he is, he's taking it he is. Oh, yeah. You better believe he is. You better believe that he is. I think I'm going in and out here. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let's see. Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to, okay, there we go. Let me close some of this so it doesn't, okay, here we go. Okay, so she knows. So I'm going to get out of this now. Go away. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let me see another comment here. Ari says JLo is too busy being seen hugging on Ben's kids, calling background every time. Background, she's a very calculating woman. Yeah, she is. And, well, we're going to see, because she got that Unstoppable movie coming out. So then she's got this album, this Heartbreak album, where she's going to declare to the world how much she loved Ben. And it's a love story that was never told. And, Venera, Ben, just like J-Ho, he put his kids through a bunch of women he dated. Yeah, isn't that sad? It's like, I don't get that part of because they don't need to see all that. They really don't, y'all. They really do not. All right, guys, we got a couple more minutes. I want to share with you. Let's talk about Kim Porter. Wait, let's do Michael Jordan's eyes. What do you think is going on with Michael Jordan's eyes? I want to show this to you guys right quick. Let me see. Hold on one second. You guys, hold on. I want to show. Okay, hold on one second. What is going on with this man's eyes? Share screen. Hold on one second. Let me share this right quick. Here it is. There we go. And share. Now look at that. What do y'all think, guys? What is going on with Michael Jordan's eyes? There's a picture of him they just showed recently, and I'm like, what the hell? And there's an expert here that hold on one second. There's an expert that claims that this could be a benign issue with his eyes, but I can't find it. Darn it. Oh yeah, here it is. So let's read this right quick. Is there something wrong with Michael Jordan's eyes? Doc reveals thoughts on yellow tint. I'm like, how do you walk around like that? Listen, something's going on with Michael Jordan. I think he's drinking too much. There's some liver issues. But this guy, this is what doctor, concern over discoloration of Michael Jordan's eyes rebounded after fans noticed yellow pigment in the retired NBA star's eyes at a soccer match in Monaco against Barcelona. But experts say the worry may be misplaced. Snaps of the former Chicago Bulls and Washington Wizards star, he's 61 now, at the Champions League showed yellow pigment in the sclera, or the white part of the eye. Fans went to a tizzy, speculating in an Instagram carousel of images that were posted by Bleacher's Report. Close that. Okay. Let's go down here. Jordan hasn't spoken about any health issues, and his rep didn't respond to a request for comment. But it's not the first time the yellow hues in Jordan's eyes sparked a social media worry. Okay, yellow eyes should not be ignored because they are a sign of something more going on. Dr. Val Pua, an ophthalmologist at Eagle Eye Center, Singapore, told Vice at the time. There's literally more than meets the eye. Okay, we know that. And he says he feels speculates that the discoloration could be an abnormal growth of tissue or point to jaundice. Yet one self-proclaimed doctor disagrees, saying on Reddit 4 years ago that the yellow coloring was not jaundice and it was splotchy rather than uniform. Jordan's muddy sclera, the physician said, is normal variation that's commonly associated with aging. Really? Really? Is that right? He looked like he's doing a lot of drinking. And in there, he said, the doctor also says it's common with African Americans. I'm like, I'm African American. I've never seen anybody with eyes like that. Now stop. But you know what? These celebrities and they doctors, you can get doctor shit. You got doctors prescribing. You see what happened to Matthew Perry, right? You see what happened. What's going on with this? Oh, there we go. So what do you guys think? Let's see. Ari says he may have liver issues. Yeah, I think he's doing a lot of drinking. That's what I spot with him. That is what I spot. Is I think there's some heavy drinking, and there's some liver issues. Venera says jaundice. Yes, I agree. Yep, I totally agree. Oh, Dallas praying he's fine. Yep, me too. Of course. He's 61. I would hope, but I think when I look at Michael Jordan, he looks like he drinks a lot of hard liquor. Because usually the face gets fatter, puffier. And that's what I pick up with him, I notice. Venera said jaundice. Brooklyn Love says health issues. Yeah, I hope that he's okay, but he's picked up a lot of weight. And usually when you have liver issues and you drink a lot, your face get all fat, all puffy, and you look just swollen. And that's how he looks to me. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, Michael, because he's a big man too. And he looks like he's picked up a lot of weight. And then I think he drinks a lot of heavy alcohol. I really do. Not that I know for sure. But one more thing before I go, guys, we got to touch on Kim Porter's book. Now, Kim Porter, let me pull that up. Let's talk about her book in case you guys are interested. I was thinking about buying it, but I don't know yet. So we're going to look at this. Kim Porter, let's see. Kim Porter tell-all book becomes an Amazon bestseller amid Diddy's legal troubles. That's what they're saying in Billboard. Now, she was, believe it or not, she was there all along when he was with JLo as well. Did you guys know that? Because in her memoir, and you know what? Do you guys want me to buy it and read some of it? Are you that interested in it? I didn't know if you're interested in it or not. Plus, other people are reading it, but I didn't know if you guys want to, learn more. We know that Puff Daddy got mad at her because she would not put on a strap on, so he beat her. I mean, we know he's an animal, but there's a lot of other stuff. She mentioned that JLo got upset and busted in the room because she got upset because of the pow pow. So she was cursing at him about that. So So an alleged Kim Porter memoir comprised of reported diary entries has landed on Amazon amid Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, was released on retail site on September 6th, around a week before Combs was arrested. According to Daily Mail, the 60-page book was published by Chris Todd, a Los Angeles producer, who alleges that the book contains details Porter saved on a flash drive and gave to friends prior to her sudden death almost 6 years ago. Todd released the unauthorized memoir under the name Jamal T. Millwood, per Daily Mail. He's listed as co-writer along with Porter. The book is currently #1 on Amazon bestseller list in the category of Western U.S. biographies. Todd provided no evidence to prove disturbing allegations in the book, which includes multiple claims of physical abuse. I was lucky enough to meet someone that purported to have Kim Porter's flash drive, he told the media outlet. I know the celebrity source pretty well. I know how close they were to Kim and Diddy and all the people in the hip-hop community. This was supposedly for Kim Porter from the grave to come forward and tell her story. Todd added, this is a dangerous situation. I didn't want to claim ownership of Kim's words, but now I'm willing to come forward because of the recent arrest of Sean Combs. Now that the federal government has finally acted, I feel safer to come forward. Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side. Do you guys believe that that was really Kim Porter? Do you think it's the truth? You know what? I don't know. Cause I don't know. I'm skeptical. Part of me is some of the stuff is salacious and I think it's true, but I don't know if it really came from Kim. Okay, Operation Paperclip says what I heard a few days ago from the book was very shocking. Yeah, it was very shocking because I mean Puff Daddy got mad at her because she would not put on a dildo. That is sick. In the book, she says that in the memoir, she says he beat her so bad for not doing that. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. So I don't know. You know what? I'm going to think about it. If you guys want me to read some of it, I just don't want to buy it if you guys are not really interested. But I could still get some of the excerpts out of, from watching other content creators. Dana says that Pow Pow incident was 1999, but JLo stayed with him for another year or so. You kidding me? Because, yeah, they broke up in 2001. Yeah, they broke up in 2001. So they broke up the same year Leah died. So, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Ari says the karmic DF, who is a tarot card reader online, picked up that she died suddenly from lead poisoning. Her nasal spray was tampered with. Really? I've always been, you know what, guys? I've always been suspicious about her death. I was not convinced that it was pneumonia. And remember, what's that boxer's name? What is his name? I'm terrible with names, guys. What's the young black boxer's name? Floyd Mayweather. Remember, his baby mother died suspiciously. She was at the wheel of her car and just kneeled over and died. I mean, you can hire assassins. I mean, that's not hard to do. These are millionaires. They can hire someone to come and poke you and you're out. You're gone. So with Kim, I was very suspicious with her. And I think if she was hiding them tapes, they said that she stole some tapes from Puff Daddy and she wanted to use it as a bargaining tool. He could have very well gotten rid of her because he was so afraid of it coming out. Because he probably got videos of all kinds of politicians, celebrities, businessmen. Venera says, do you guys think feds will get Kim out of her grave now that Didi is in? I would hope so. I would hope that they exhume her body and just confirm. Make sure there are no puncture wounds or something else that looks untoward. I think it deserves a second look. And I think those feds, and there's a lot of people in Hollywood. And I told you guys the other day that you notice no one's coming out to say, I am outrageous at Puff Daddy. I thought he was better than this. I do not support that. You notice everybody is mute. Everybody's mum. Nobody is saying anything because a lot of them will be implicated and they're scared shitless. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. But they need to exhume her body and they need to give it a second look. Also, I think they need to re-look into Tupac and Biggie's death. I do. Because I am not at all convinced that we know the whole story with those two. I think Puff Daddy is a lot more dangerous than you ever know. The way he beat Cassie and the way he was something else. Or he is, yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, Dana, it's crazy. He is somebody you don't want to mess with, really. So I am glad he's locked up. And you know something is up if the feds refuse to even let him out on bail. He set everything up. The $50 million, he paid off the last $18 million on his $50 million house. He surrendered his passport. He surrendered his kids' passports. He was willing to get rid of the plane. He was going to put his mother's house up. He was setting everything up because he wanted to make it a sweeter deal so he's able to walk free. And they said no. And you know why they said no? Because they know more than what we know, obviously, that he truly is a danger to the community. He really is. Lauren says, I always thought her death was strange too. She seemed like she was a healthy woman. I heard a few years ago that there were whispers of Diddy having something to do with it. Yeah, there were always questions about what really happened with her. And there were always questions about her taking videos from his house. She had gotten her hand on some videos, and I could see that. If she got her hands on some videos, because you notice she could never break free from him. You know she could never break free because you don't leave him. You notice that. Lord says a lot of these people, famous people, family members, die under suspicious circumstances. It's weird. I'm telling you. It's like her. If she had 3 kids with him, he is so dangerous to me. But when I saw him when he first, years ago, in 99, 98, when he first came out, he was hitting the top. I liked the music, but he was always an apex predator to me. He always looked like someone you had to be really careful around. All of this stuff is no surprise to me. I never trusted him. I never trusted him. Mary, Mother of God, says JLo is too overexposed. She needs to just chill and enjoy her kids. I agree. Go away. Now that she's implicated with Puff Daddy, why don't you go away? But she can't because she's addicted to the spotlight. She can't do it. There is no way she can do it. There's no way she can just shut down her Instagram and just go away. And then come out with a book a year later saying, hey, I took a hiatus. I wanted to spend time with me and my children. And we would have understood that. I went through a divorce. I just needed a mental health break. And we would all understand it. No, she can't do it. Tanya says, I think Jen G and Ben had been back together and covered under the guise of her helping him with recovery, blah, blah. Tanya, well, I mean, anything's possible in Hollywood. I don't see it, though. I don't see Jennifer Garner going back like that. I think they just friends. I think. I could be wrong. But I just see someone who is a very giving spirit. Jennifer Garner is a very giving and kind spirit. She's got a lot to give. And he's the father of her children. And she's probably seen glimpses of him being sober. And I grew up with an alcoholic father. And I had to get a lot of therapy after he passed on. And let me tell you, it's catastrophic. It is heartbreaking when you see them struggle. They just can't stop drinking no matter what they do. So to Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck and their family and them kids, this is serious business. To JLo and her kids, JLo, just worry about your kids. You don't have to worry about Ben Affleck. He don't want you. He don't. He'll sleep with you, but you're a bother to him. He can't even attend your birthday party. That's because you're into him, more into him than he's into you. He wants you to just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Do him a favor and leave him alone. And just work on your kids. That's JLo, work on your children. That's my advice. But I don't know. Jennifer Garner, I don't see them back together. I just think alcoholism is a devastating disease that you never recover from. You can never be healed from alcoholism. You can only be in recovery. You're either drinking or you're in recovery. So if you keep drinking, you will either go in a hospital institution, or you may die, or you may end up in jail. And my father drank himself to death. So this is serious. This is no joking. JLo don't even drink alcohol, but she's playing around with this man's life, and this is not funny. That's another reason why I speak out about it, because it's so insane and immature. So, but Jennifer Garner she's probably seen glimpses of sobriety with Ben Affleck, and know that he is an Oscar-winning. He's a talented director. He really is, and it is and she's doing it for her kids. She's got a daughter that shaved all her head off, not dressing like a boy since that girl's been with JLo's daughter. So Jennifer is really dealing with a lot, and she just lost her father, her mother and father, and then she's dealing with her elderly mother. But she's got support, I'm sure. Her Dallas says it's a family disease, the addict and the whole family. It is, Dallas. It really is. It is devastating. So we weren't there with Ben Affleck during his drinking when his kids had to see that, when he wasn't with JLo. So now he marries her and play with JLo. That's why I say Ben Affleck should stop playing with JLo's emotions. If you don't want to be with her, let it go. Just let it go. Give everybody a break. Give yourself a break. Vanera says, Diddy probably hired my people, Russians. New York is full of Russian mob, huge Russian-speaking community to pow people. For real, Vanera? Yeah, they because you can hire, because you ever watch these shows where you see these espionage shows, and they just call people up. Like, they just call them up and they go take out somebody like that. And did you ever see that George Clooney movie? I can't think, is it The Client? Where there was this whistleblower in this company. That company hired a hitman to come in. They broke an apartment and gave him a shot between his toes. And it made him have a heart attack. And he just died suddenly. So those are the things that I'm thinking. When you're dealing with millionaires or something, if somebody wants you out, you can hire someone. Puff Daddy, you don't think Puff Daddy knew them people from the underworld, people who are in them that work in the shadows? You don't think so? He had guns. Did you see the guns he had with the serial numbers sawed off? What is he doing with weapons like that? That man was into all kind of stuff. And why Kim Porter? I hope it's not true that she grabbed you. Messing with that man. That man is dangerous. You grab some videos for what? And they can give you a shot at anything and you die. It's called The Client, I think, with George Clooney. As a matter of fact, I'm going to watch that tonight when I'm done, when I get off. And I'm going to get off in a few minutes. This is always when I always say there's an image of her with champagne in hand at Diddy's 46th birthday party. Oh, so she does drink sometimes. And how she could go around, she's part of that whole world. And you could tell, and that's what leaves me with Ben Affleck. I know he's an alcoholic, but I'm like, Ben, please tell me you're not part of that world. Because why did he marry her? Like, he could have just kept dating her and fooling around. Why? And now he wants a divorce. He didn't let it last long, but I think those are things he's got to ask himself so as to not do it again. He's got to really ask himself why. And then, if you're going to truly be in recovery, you can't go around hurting people. Just let her go if you're not into it. If you're into it, then go ahead. Operation Paperclip. Dear host, explain how JLo should stop being obsessed. How Affleck missed seeing the real narc that JLo because of the documentary. If you can, dear host, explain how JLo should stop being obsessed. Plus, how Affleck missed seeing the real narc that JLo because of the documentary. If you can, yeah, I can. Operation Paperclip. JLo. Ben Affleck broke up with JLo 3 days before they were married, over 20 years ago. And he did it for a reason. I think why he did it, because he realized JLo was really not someone he wanted to marry. He wanted to marry, Jennifer Garner was the one he wanted to marry. And they were married for 13 years. Now, he got back with JLo. Why? I don't know. I personally believe that he started drinking. Because I remember seeing images of Ben Affleck. He looked drunk. I can spot a drunk because I've seen it. I mean, because with my father. So when he got with JLo, he looked like he was unhappy. Remember all those pictures? So he married her. That's because he was off the wagon. He was not in his right mind. So he married her. Then he's getting he's starting to wake up from the drunken haze. And she's, on her end, she's starting to become more controlling. She's selling his motorcycles. Her daughter, who's now them, turned his daughter into a transgender. She influenced her. These are young kids. And JLo is going on stage identifying her daughter. This is M, they, them. And I think that Jennifer Garner, coming from West Virginia, I believe, and Ben Affleck, they come from relatively conservative backgrounds. They're Democrats, but I know Ben Affleck is definitely a Democrat. But they're not really, you don't want, to me, I don't want my 13-year-old coming to me to tell me that you're too young. You're not doing that in my house. You're not going to be changing genders at 13. No. When you 18, yeah, you're free to do whatever you want. But at 13, no. So I think that turned him off. And I think the feds, they came a knocking on that door. I think a lot of things came into play and it snapped him into reality. I think he is now forced to get sober, and I think he's struggling back and forth. I really do. Also, I think the icing on the cake, other than the feds too, and his daughter being influenced to be transgender, I think that when that movie, The Love Story That Was Never Told, when JLo revealed to the world that Ben Affleck was writing her while he was still married to Jennifer Garner. And he was drunk typing probably. But she had these letters, and she actually took those letters. He put it in a nice little book for her, and she went and shared it with the staff, with the I guess her band or something so private. But she also revealed to the world and Jennifer Garner and his kids that he was writing her while he was still married to Jennifer Garner. So I think that hurt her, Jennifer Garner. That may have hurt his kids. So I think Ben Affleck, all of this all together, he just said, I'm out. I think he said, I'm out. Because JLo is a lot of work, because she is a narcissist. She really is. And she's in a bubble. Everything goes her way. And here's another thing, guys, too. JLo really thinks she loves him, but she don't. You can't, JLo. There's no way you can love someone and treat them like that. She don't know what love is. I don't think JLo knows what love is, because she's never had it, in my opinion. Because you don't treat someone you love that way. Here's another thing. If you truly love a person, if you truly love Ben Affleck, you will let him go. You would say, I don't want him suffering like that. He's obviously suffering. He does not like the media. He doesn't like all of that. You sold his motorcycles, JLo. You released to the world that he was writing you letters, even while he was married to Jennifer Garner. While Jennifer Garner was working hard to keep her marriage together, and she was taking him to rehab. She got 3 little kids with him, and you writing with him, enabling him, being an interloper. No, that's not love. So JLo, she don't know nothing about love. She don't. Nothing. So I hope I answered your question, Operation Paperclip. Oh, Dallas says, Rhonda, you're right on. Thank you. Yeah. That's not love. J-Ho's first husband, Ohani, did interview not long ago, and he said that she has been doing black magic for years. Yeah, she's playing with the devil too. Girl, go just take it to God. That's what I'm saying. Take it to God. Get on your knees. Take it to God. You don't even have to get on your knees. You can just say, God, I'm lost. I surrender. I give up. It's in your hands now, God. But if you truly love somebody, you let them go. That's not love. That's control. That's addiction. She cannot control him. So she's trying to find every way that she can without accepting the fact that he's just not that into you like you into him. He's just not. And you cannot use his kids in the media to force it. You can't do that. And that's not love. Jennifer Garner is showing love. That's authentic love. Oh, Dallas says more than more lust than anything. She's selling liquor. That ain't love. No, your whole husband is an alcoholic, and you become you start creating alcohol. Who does that? Who does that? Really think about it, and think about Jennifer Garner. Think about Ben Affleck's mother and his brother. See, alcoholism. Somebody wrote in there, and you're right. I don't know who it was, but you're right. Alcoholism affects everybody in the family. You think Ben Affleck's mother, want to see him drunk again? Have you seen the pictures of him in the back seat when Jennifer Garner goes to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's and she throws him the food back there? His face is all red. He's so drunk. She's trying to put food on his stomach because they're about to take him to rehab. Another rehab. Imagine him being detoxed out of the alcohol. This is serious. If she's playing, that's not love. That is not, there is love nowhere. And think about it anyway. She was hanging out with Puff Daddy. Not to say anybody that hang out with Puff Daddy don't deserve love, but let me tell you, she has not grown past that lifestyle. Ari, exactly, Vanera. Mark Anthony said the same thing. Her God is the devil. Yes. And I told you guys, I don't mess around with none of that, and I don't report on it. Because the only spirit that I hold on to, and I'm not a Bible thumper, but I am spiritual. And God has really been there for me in my life. And I've known it. I know it. So to me, my higher power, I call him God. You can call one thing I know is God is everywhere. So you can call him whatever name you want, but he's the same spiritual source. And he is real. And he is there for us. All we got to do is surrender to him. Now, Ben Affleck, I pray that alcoholism, I see it because I've lived it. And it is nothing to joke about. My father could not survive alcoholism. He died. I had to bury him. And it took almost 8 years of therapy to work through the trauma that I had to go through. And I can't speak for my siblings. I have no right to speak for them. But I can only speak for myself, and I shoot straight pow pow. It took 8 years for me to get, I would say a full 8 years to me to work through all of that trauma dealing with an alcoholic. So this is not what the game that JLo's playing. That's not love. And her heartbreak story, this is all about her again anyways. This is still all about her. Venera said, that's why she is paying now. Devil is all comes back to collect. Yes, he does. And every decision you make, I want to let you guys go in just a quick second. Every decision you make costs you. And we have a choice. We cannot, there's always a struggle. Think about it, even with your own lives and when you go about your day. There's always a struggle between good and bad, right and wrong. Always that yin and yang, back and forth, back and forth. And you have to be careful of decisions you make because you have to pay for it. And if you're putting a lot of negative in the world and it's not working for you, the universe is going to give you back what you put into it. So some may call it divine reciprocity. You can call it whatever you want, but the universe, same with Meghan Markle. You got to put good in the world. You cannot, because the universe is going to give you back what you put into it. You can't go take. And it's not all about you. It's not all about you. It's crazy. Marta Alicia Morris says, apparently they don't love JLo, but Ben is still in love with her and not Jay Gardner. Yep. Well, Marta, I hope you're right. I don't think Ben Affleck, if he was in love with Jennifer Lopez, he would treat her better, right? I mean, he would treat her better, right? I'm just saying. But thank you for sharing your comments, though. All right. Good night, Ron, and everyone in the chat. Blessings. All right, Dallas. Yes, I am saying good night to you guys, too. This was always nice. Always nice spending time with you guys. I want to thank you for joining me. Let's keep an eye out on what's going on with this Puff Daddy, Kim Porter's book, JLo and this Heartbreak album. Who else? Who else did we talk about? Harry and Meghan. You know, Meghan Markle's in hiding. So, because she knows she is in the hot seat. Will she stay away? If I was Meghan, I would go dark. I would do like JLo, go dark, and you won't hear from me. But of course, these ladies are addicted to the media. So, they're addicted to social media and the glare of paparazzi cameras and all that. So we got a lot to watch and analyze. So anyways, guys, thanks for visiting me today. This was fun. I will chat with you. I'll try to sign on, probably not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. I love this every other day. I love this. So we got to keep this up. If something fantastic pops up, I'll jump on, but I'll let you guys know ahead of time, okay? Let's look at one more comment. Thank you. Sleep tight. Venera, thank you. All you guys have a good night. Love you. I'll chat with you soon. Ciao. Mwah.